Underwater robot parts are everywhere in this Scripps Institution of Oceanography lab.
Hello. I have company.
Sarah Perky is an oceanographer. And her team builds the robots from scratch here. When they're put together, they are about as tall as I am. They're called biogeochemical Argo floats. Taylor Worth is one of the engineers who builds them.
It has the biology, the geology, chemistry kind of wrapped up into one thing, and that's what these floats are kind of aimed to do, kind of a one-stop shop of measuring everything that we can possibly measure in the ocean.
He says they're like doctors checking the ocean's health.
Full health test, checkup, everything, and this is kind of the first time we've been able to get global snapshots.
About 500 of them are checking up on the world's oceans right now. Perky says the robotic floats are deployed by ships, and then they do their own thing.
They're just buoyancy driven, so it just has an external balloon that inflates and deflates that allows it to go up and down. It has a little bit of electronics, and then it has a bunch of D-cell batteries down there.
A float can live up to 5 years in the ocean. With their sensors, they can observe more than a mile below the surface. Every 10 days, they come back up and use their antennas to transmit data via satellites. The floats can measure oxygen, chlorophyll, and nutrients. They also measure carbon.
And that's going to help us understand how much residual carbon is left in the atmosphere. And we need to know that number in order to understand and predict how the Earth will continue to warm up.
Scientists around the world use data from floats to do their work, including Jennifer McWhorter at the University of Miami. Data from a float offered her a new perspective on a hurricane's effect on marine life.
We saw increases in oxygen, the use of nitrate. We measured lots of different things surrounding this event to show excitement at the base of the food web.
She says she's just starting to understand the impacts of extreme weather on ocean ecosystems.
We really need to keep those floats out there so we can continue to study these important changes for the ecosystem, for fisheries.
But Scripps researchers say the program is about to end.
We are screeching to a halt in October or November.
That's Lynn Talley. She's an oceanographer at Scripps. Her job is to identify remote areas of the ocean where floats can be deployed.
My goal was to make sure that each of those biomes had a float in it, and each ocean had one.
She says a $53 million federal grant expires this fall. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration had looked into adding the program to its ocean observing budget. But the Trump administration cut hundreds of millions of dollars from the agency's budget in 2025.
They just ripped into NOAA. There was no hope that NOAA at that point could be coming up with any more money for anything because they fired 10,000 people, including the people that we work with the most closely.
In a statement, NOAA said it's unable to support the program's future. By Scripps calculations, the program costs taxpayers around 10 cents a year each. It's relatively inexpensive compared to ships and satellites. But Perky says the cost of losing the program will be greater.
If we take away that network, and if we don't maintain it, you don't only lose the science, but you lose your ability to see what's coming.
And what's coming this year is the potential for a super El Nino. Without funding, scientists will lose one way to measure how extreme events like these are changing marine ecosystems. Hundreds of floats will stop collecting data as their batteries die. Talley remains optimistic.
This is our stopgap, is that other countries expand. The U.S. will clearly lose its position, but I don't care at this point. I want this observing system to survive.
Talley says Scripps is looking to Congress and philanthropic organizations to continue the program. Tammy, Murga, KPBS News.